So good morning, Pranali, and good to see you here.
Thank you, ma'am.
It's always a pleasure to talk to the student who has recently cleared PMP. Can you tell me, Pranali, when did you pass this examination?
I passed on 29th of June 2024,
29th of June 24. So yes, something like
2 months
2 months.
before.
Yeah. So what did you do in these 2 months?
So in this 2 months, actually work because when I was preparing for an exam, my colleagues had supported me during that time when I was studying, I was giving mocks. So definitely there was a lot of support from my colleagues. So now it's
You have
my
to
turn
reciprocate.
to. Yeah, so it's like, and being an PMP certified project manager, definitely there are a lot of expectations from me, from my organization. So I have been put on a training team as well to
Hmm.
train my colleagues on that. I'm taking sessions on PMP certification, how to go ahead, and of course, like what is the ideal way to handle the project management basically. So that is something on peak since last 1 and 2 months.
Good to hear that. Like what you're saying is your certification is bringing you in limelight.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
you,
yeah.
do you see difference in people's attitudes? Like, wow.
Yes, because this organization I joined in December 23. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so I was pretty new for the organization. But since I cleared PMP, it's like suddenly a new project manager is in limelight.
Yes.
It's like
So
otherwise
everyone
I had to.
looks.
Yeah,
Yes.
otherwise I had to prove and I have to, definitely. I mean, from your work, you have to prove yourself. But that could have taken more time. But since with this certification, definitely everybody knows me now on floor.
So you are saying like this certification gives you good visibility, and I mean whatever efforts you take, you have to take efforts to prove that you are a good project manager. There's no shortcut for that. But this certification definitely gives you a boost. That's what you're saying. Like
Yes,
people find that here is someone who knows how to manage projects well. We should listen to that person. That
yes.
kind of a feeling you get. That's really good to know. Um, Pranali, when did you join PMP training?
So last year in the month of July, I have joined PMP with you, ma'am, EPMA, and I have attended boot camps for 2 weekends. And after that, I was studying, but due to some other things like festivals, some family urgencies, everything. So I actually my studies and everything. I was changing my job, so I was busy there as well at that time, so I couldn't from my end I couldn't study and cannot could not dedicate that much time last year in 2023. But when I like in last year in this year Jan, I'm like nothing doing, and one of the boot session you have
Ex-
conducted in the month of January for the PMPs who have passed. We were there in Vihang, so that was
Hmm.
kind of an
That get together was a push. Hmm?
yes, that was like a real push the from my other friends who have passed PMP, and they were giving suggestions and kind of an boost and motivation. Okay, you cannot step back now since you have entered into this world, so go ahead and do it. And they have provided at that time encouragement with sir and you have conducted that session, and again you have given that kind of confidence and how to go ahead with it, so that everything worked out in early 24. And again I'm like no, no, now if I give up then I won't be able to do it. So that's why again I have started, and finally here
Finally,
I am. Yeah.
so you said like okay, you initially started studying, then it took a back seat because of some other priorities, life what happened, and then again that get together give you a push, brought the
Yes.
things back to track. Something has to happen to get the things back to track, I think. And then you started studying, and yes, did it after that. Can you tell me something about your studies? How did you study?
Studies is, ma'am, everything was with your material, the notes which you have provided. So the day one, of course, I was given with the notes. I was studying, but I was not that much studious. Kind of like, okay, you will read and then you will understand. So from my end, I had to take a lot of efforts. Though it was very crisp and easy to understand, but handling household, handling office work, and other things, the kind of concentration I was not able to get it. Then after that, again, that get together, I am like, I have to have that kind of confidence and I have to go ahead with it. Then I have dedicated time early in the morning. I used to wake up when nobody is there. I would sit, I would do my meditation, yoga, and I'll sit for a study for a 1 hour. And then I would refer notes. I'll solve the question answers, the question answer bank, Q&A bank, which has been given by you. And accordingly, I studied for 3 months. Then after your guidance, I have went ahead with the mocks as well. And the mock, when you have given me go ahead, I appeared for the exam.
So, you studied using our notes and the question banks. You think that they are useful for preparation?
Yes, yes, they are. They are.
I typically tell students to connect the matter in the notes to their day-to-day work so that they don't have to study really. How do I say? Study you have to, but you don't have to push really hard if you can connect it to your day-to-day work. Um, did you do that, or did you realize when you passed your examination that that would have been easier?
Ma'am, currently I am in pharma, and the most of the portion which is there for PMP, we are not yet introducing that in our day-to-day activities. Yes, partially it is, which is definitely I could connect with the syllabus which is there.
10%, yeah, 10% nobody connects because not
No,
every
more
area
actually,
is there.
more than 10%, because we don't deal with agile at all here.
Mm, mm.
Uh,
So right
so
now,
there is,
Europe company is not into agile, but yes, pharma
yes.
companies are going there. So
Yep,
gradually,
I'm
you
in clinical trials. So clinical trials, we as of now we are not dealing with agile. So the word itself, I heard it first time when I was studying,
yes,
and of course with the similar other terminologies related to agile portion. So it was kind of ABCD for me when I was learning agile. And then predictive, of course, since last 16, 17 years we are dealing with it, so I could connect that easily. But this syllabus and particularly PMP taught me how to go in compliance manner, which
hmm.
steps to do, when, how do you maintain
Basically, it is about best practices and standards. So yes, it is like
document.
adhering to the compliance.
Yeah.
Um, one more question I'd like to ask you from rather two more questions.
Yes,
One
ma'am,
of
go ahead.
them is now that you are certified PMP, what would you tell the students? When should they start? I want you to specifically answer when should they start their studies after the training, and how should they study?
So, ma'am, when is not an question, you have to study simultaneously. When you are going for the boot camps, everything is fresh at that time, so that's the ideal time you should go ahead, so you don't have to sit for 6 months and 1 year to go for the exam. When everything is fresh in your mind, just sit for like 1 or 2 hours in a day and you can crack it in 3 months. That's what I mean, from my
That's
experience
what
I
you
can
feel.
say. Yeah, but you have to start as early as possible. If you take a break, then again you have to go back and start from like first chapter. I read it like 6 to 7 times. I would go with first chapter. Again, I'll take a break for a month or two. Then again go with the first chapter. So it's like, I mean, if you have a like really a good memory, then you don't have to revise. But if you have to start, then you have to start from a scratch.
It
That's
is
what
not
happened with
about
me.
memory actually. When your mind connects to it, you understand it and you go ahead. So that is actually what I wanted you to say, that start as early as possible.
As
See,
early
me
as
saying
possible.
it has one effect, you and it coming from you. That's what I'm going to show our students now. So it coming from you, that has a different effect, right? So I
Yes.
actually wanted you to say that, and thank you for saying that. So how did you study?
I have studied early in the morning with the notes. I would wake up before my family wakes up, and I would dedicate that much time only for studies, no distraction. I mean, in one of your session you mentioned, and that was like really helped me keep your mobile, all the gadgets, everything aside, and focus on your notes, whatever you are reading. So that helped me a lot, and I have referred our recordings as well whenever there was doubt while referring to notes. So I would we have a great team. They have provided me access for notes as well, because when I had attended session with you, and when I've again started for the study at that time, due to some technical issues, I could not get those notes which were like 8 to 9 months before. So I was provided recordings with sir's session. So I have referred them, and yes, whenever there was doubt, I would refer those recordings, and I'll connect with the notes, solve question banks, and like that I could gain the confidence at that time, and the majority of confidence I gained at the time of mocks, because you.
Obviously, everyone does. So you're saying you use EPMA notes, you use EPMA recording whenever you could, and EPMA question banks. That's all you used?
Yes.
So basically, EPMA notes plus question banks, plus if you need the recordings, that's sufficient for anyone to pass. And that's how somebody can pass in less than 3 months, actually. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, if you go through a lot of material, you will obviously take a lot of time.
Yeah, because you will like which one to refer at what time, and
And
then you will mess up.
mess up is the word, because if you read too many books, then everyone has a way of explaining something, and two people will have contrasting ways, and you might find them contrasting, or you might find them confusing. Why get into that? I mean, those, even if some books are good, you can always refer to them once you pass PMP. It's not some, everything is not required for passing this examination, right? Okay.
Right.
And one more question from me is, what would you say about EPMA, like our training, our team, our team's help, whatever you want to say.
So, in one word, ma'am, if I have to explain, EPMA is like savior for PMP aspirants. It's like you're paying so much for the examination, and you're passing in first attempt. So it's like your all your efforts, all your money, your different stakeholders, your family members, everybody is giving exam with you. So you need to have kind of that trusted hand along with your journey, like they are always there for you. So whenever you stuck, you call your mentor. Whenever you need any support, you call your team. And all your girls, like everybody, Priyanka, Jigisha, everybody, everyone is so helpful here. They are just one call away. You call them for the notes, for the mocks as well. It's like one of the
Anything,
mocks.
wherever they can,
Yeah.
they will. I'm proud of them.
Yes. I never came like empty hand with them. It's like whenever I would call them, I need this support, they are always there. So, like one of the mock also, I couldn't complete in 48 hours, which is the time due
Hmm.
to some other emergencies. They have extended the timeline, and I could give that mock. So they are always there, and it's very supportive, which you need basically, because you are
Yes.
not only appearing for an exam, you are
Yeah, I mean,
simultaneously
you
doing
have a
your
lot of
office
stress
work.
at that time.
Yes.
So if we can remove it, out a bit of it, that will help, right? So yes,
And
thank
of
you.
course, for all the queries, ma'am, you were there, sir was there, like which center to take, which date to take, and so everything just worked out.
Anything from mindset to actual subject matter. If our students need us, well, we always enjoy talking to students, so it's not a bother to us. So it is not only for you, for everyone. We take calls from all the 365 days. Even if we are on vacation, we take the calls because we enjoy that. We enjoy solving students problems, we enjoy connecting with them. Okay, so what are your plans now?
So I've just recently changed my organization in December, so it's like I want to go ahead with. I have some career aspirations ahead, so with this PMP certification, that would definitely add on for my future growth. And
Of
yes,
course it will.
yeah. So that was the main object for me for appearing for PMP is like I want to move ahead and I have some set goals in coming 5 years. So
That
heading
is
towards
good.
it.
That is good. If you have goals, if you have something to look forward to, you will progress. So,
Yes.
with that, Pranali, from on behalf of EPMA, let me wish you all the best and all the growth that you want and deserve in your career. Thank you
Thank
very
you
much
so
for
much,
joining.
ma'am. Thank you so much, and I would also take this opportunity to say formally thank you and the entire EPMA team for helping me in passing PMP in first attempt.
You're most welcome, Pranali.
Friends, this is Satish Kamath from Effective Project Management Academy. Many people want to do PMP trainings and they would like to know same questions, different people, and instead of every individual calling again and again on different days, what we have done is we conduct 1 hour introductory session for knowing what we cover in PMP. So in this, please join these 1 hour sessions and you will come to know what is PMP, what is expected while studying PMP, or what are the requirements from PMI side, how to apply for PMP, and all this you will know in real time because this is a real time 1 hour session for letting you know what is PMP, how to study, what benefits are there from PMP, how you will gain from PMP, how much does it cost for you, and how much time you need to spend for this. And also, of course, I will be telling you some simple tips for passing PMP. So, this is what is the intention of this 1 hour session. Please join today on the following, call us on the following number.